So Claude Code now has two ways to run multiple agents, sub-agents, and agent teams. They look similar, but they work very differently. And most people are confused about when to use which. In this video, we're breaking down what Claude Code Agent Teams does, what it is, how it works, and when you should use it over the Claude Code Sub-Agents feature. And towards the end, we've got a Q&A section where I go through the top comments from Reddit and other YouTube videos, including the spicy one, are agent teams just expensive sub-agents with better marketing? We're answering all of it. Let's get into it. So as of now, Claude Code has three modes. The default, which is the single agent. Sub-agents, you fire and forget little helpers that do work for you. And agent teams, which is the feature that we're talking about in this video. So I ran the demo for sub-agents already. I'll just walk you through it so that you don't have to wait through all the research and all the steps. But what happens is I'll just type a prompt like, I'm looking for a CMS system for my blog. Can you research using sub-agents for at least like 10 blogs and report back which is the best for AWS serverless hosting? And Claude says, I'll launch sub-agents in parallel to research the top CMS options for AWS serverless. And it spins up 7 agents. And each of them get their own context window. And one by one, each agent is completing its work. And after all the 7 agents are done, this took about 4 or 5 minutes. I have top 11 CMS options for AWS serverless blog hosting. You can see some of the agents are researching more than one. Like these are researching more than one. So Claude somehow tasked a few agents to research more than one CMS at a time. So after everything, I have a report, and this is because all the sub-agents sent back the report to the main agent, and the main agent synthesized the report. So this is how sub-agents work. And now let's look at agent teams. So I'll open up Claude. So for the use case of agent teams, what we'll do is we'll come up with a use case, right? So I'm trying to create an app, and it should look like TikTok, but instead of videos, there should be games generated using Gen AI. To discuss the idea, can you use agent teams of, let's say, PM, STM, marketing, finance, etc., to come up with an agreement on what to build, why to build, why not to build X, or even pivot to X. And just for my use case, I'll say use agent teams, a Claude feature, not council. So I say this because council of LLMs is my skill that uses multiple LLMs like Gemini and ChatGPT along with Claude to come up with a consensus. But I'm not using that skill. I'm just trying to use the native feature. Okay, so let me set up an agent team to discuss your TikTok for AI games idea. Okay, now you can see that it's creating the task and spawning a team. It says it'll launch 5. The main agent is launching 5 agents in parallel. And you can see 3 agents have been launched, right? A PM for product vision, an STM for, or software development manager for technical feasibility, marketing for market analysis, finance for business model analysis. And as this is happening, we'll go to the .claude folder in my machine. You should have a similar folder if you're on Mac. I'm not sure how it works on Windows, but it should be something similar. to access your teams. So how teams work is for each Claude Code session, when you invoke agent teams, it will create a folder in here, and it will create this folder called inboxes, right? Where these agents can talk to each other. So what's happening here is each of these agents, they're getting messages from a certain agent, right? So from marketing, I get this. Now, team lead has all these messages from PM and the devil's advocate and the software manager, or the software engineer and devil's advocate and finance and marketing, right? And now all of them, they have messages. They're talking this through, right? But we can also see what's happening on this window, right? Claude spun up PM, product manager, SDM, software development manager, marketing lead, finance. So, and they're all doing these, they're all thinking about these focus areas right here. So PM is thinking about value proposition, MVP features, retention. The software manager is thinking about feasibility, right? Is this even possible? Like, can I even do this, right? How is the latency and all those things, right? Like, if there's latency, I need to tell this to the product manager so that they can decide, like, will this even be, worth building, right? Finance will look things like, to do this, I need to use like really powerful models, and it might get too expensive. Devil's advocate will be like, this, this won't work. This is already there. I did some research, and this already exists. It will also say like, we should rather do this, and hard truths, right? Like, this sucks, right? This is like way beyond what we can do now, and things like that. So what happens now is we have a report, right? So I can say, how was the agent team used here? Did they even talk to each other? So it looks like they never talk to each other. I asked this question, how was the agent team used here? Did they even talk to each other? And looks like they didn't talk to each other. So it looks like what's missing is no cross-team debate, right? And this is not what we want. We wanted a cross-team debate. The lead agent or the main agent now says, I could have structured it as round one, each sub-agent produces their initial analysis. Round two, share the agent's report with each other. And three, they revise their position based on the pushback, right? So the task definition also needs to be set up so that there will be messaging, right? So that's something we can learn from this demo. So now I can say, yes, do round two. All right, round two is live. This time the agent is sending direct challenges to 3 to 4 specific teammates via send message, waiting for incoming challenges from others, responding to pushback, and sending a revised position to me after the debate, right? So this is the crosstalk map. And if we look at the inbox for each of the agent, now the devil's advocate is getting messages from the team lead, the PM, SDM, marketing, right? So they're having crosstalks now, right? They're like sharing their opinions. So marketing is challenging the financial model. Marketing is like, your kill criteria is too aggressive for a new category. You're benchmarking against established hyper-casual games. Right? And the software engineer or the software manager is like, no, the timeline is like 4 to 6 months, not 3, not 12, right? So it's like pushing back against like how long this is gonna take, right? So all sorts of cross-team talk is now happening. So a lesson is, you need to structure the prompt in a way that will facilitate or that will enable cross-team discussion, right? And that's what we want. Otherwise, this is the same as parallel agents, right? I do a task, I report back to the main agent, and a report is synthesized. So it's interesting to see this happen now. So debates are heating up, right? STM and PM just agreed on 8 templates as a compromise. PM is also conceding to marketing on viral features and finance on timeline. So they're conceding to each other. Finance is pressing the STM on a fine-tuned model reality check, right? Because fine-tuning is not going to be cheap. Big move from finance. The PM's push on the shared pool model just dropped the break-even estimate from 10 million users to 700,000 users, right? So when PM changed certain things, certainly their break-even point is changing from 10 million users to 700,000 users. So maybe this is becoming more realistic. When I asked cross team communication, this debate is just taking longer than it was before. And after all the talking, the PM sent a new position, right? The PM's revised position is in. It has made significant concessions on timeline, pool size, and viral mechanics. The STM, or the software development manager, or even the software engineer, right? Maybe this is a startup, changed something. The budget is like $450,000. He asked for a game designer based on the devil's advocate influence, right? Kind of makes sense, right? I don't want to be like designing a game if I've never designed a game, right? I want a consultant game designer in my team. The viral mechanics added zero timelines cost, right? So software engineers and managers, they can also say like, yeah, this should be easy to do, right? This should be vibe coded in like 2 minutes, like that sort of stuff. So the crosstalk is wrapping up, and the marketing has revised, finance has revised, and the devil's advocate has revised the verdict. It says you can go ahead based on these 5 conditions, right? So all 5 revised positions are in, and now the agents are being shut down, and the final synthesis is in. Now let's look at the final report, the final synthesis. So on round one, the break even was 10 million monthly active users. Round two, after this discussion among each other, they think the break even is like 700,000 users, right? Who moved whom, right? The PM convinced finance that shared pool, meaning I think it's like shared resources pool, equals fixed cost, right? Finance was like, if we have 10 million people using our servers, we have like 10 million servers going on, right? So the PM convinced that no, they'll be using a shared pool, right? The timeline, PM thought it would take 6 weeks. STM, or the software engineer, thought it would take 12 weeks, and they landed on 10 weeks. Both conceded. And this is what happens in real world. The budget initially they thought would take like 300 to $500,000. After round two, the budget is at 450 to $550,000. Devil's advocate convinced everyone or forced adding a game designer. So they need a salary for the game designer, and so on and so on, right? So I don't want to go through the detail, but you see the pattern, right? So the final thing is, the devil's advocate verdict was kill, right? Don't do it. After round one, after round two of discussions, they decided with a conditional go on certain conditions. The core insight that emerged from the debate is round one treated this as a AI product. Round two reframed it as a distribution product. The product is not the AI generated games. The product is a feed of instantly playable games. Now, this is a interesting insight, right? You don't want to like generate AI games. That's not the angle they should be taking, right? They should be creating like instantly playable games, and it should just be a feed of it. And da 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 da, they agree on something. The final verdict is conditional go, build it, call it Playshift, hire the game designer, ship in 10 weeks, kill at 6 weeks post launch if D7 equals 6%. So this is framing the problem that I put in a like, you have to have a certain budget, you have to have certain people to even like consider an idea big as this, because this is a novel idea with people raising money. And maybe if you take this idea, if you take this plan, maybe if you synthesize this plan even further, you can maybe go raise some money. So yeah, that was Agent Teams. I hope you got a sense of what you can do with Agent Teams. Once again, it's an experimental feature, so it may not stick around, but at least for now, you can try out agent teams and see what you can do with it. Share in the comments what you're planning to do with agent teams or what you are already doing with agent teams. I would love to learn more.